Hello, everybody. I know I've been missing for a little bit, but that happens because I had been doing a lot of research and a lot of reading through a visual novel that I'd made a video on previously to go ahead and make this video that I've been wanting to do about what the different routes and the different characters in Katawa Shoujo can teach us and what they're trying to say. So, I actually spent a lot of time researching for this video. If you guys could please leave me a like or subscribe, that would be awesome. I really enjoy making this content. So if you do enjoy it, please go ahead and support me by leaving a like, a comment, or something like that, because I do really appreciate me. And it definitely motivates me to want to keep on going and making more stuff like this. So, for Katawa Shoujo, I find that one of the reasons why a lot of people find the game popular and interesting and why they want to play it is because of the characters. There are 5 different characters, and each person, from what I could see online when I was researching, has one that they really latch to and that they really, really like. And personally, I think there's a reason behind that. For one, not only can people just be attracted to a certain character design or a certain character trope and they really enjoy that, I also think that behind that, depending on what route you are most drawn to, it's going to mimic what real life problems you faced throughout your life and what these characters are going through and how you can relate to it and feel like, hey, I've gone through that before. I know what it feels like to go through this. So I went ahead and I made a short little bullet point list of all of the different characters and what each of the routes go ahead and tell us. So I replayed through the game entirely to be able to make this list. I did research online on people's Reddit comments and threads about the different characters. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. I have the characters just in random order from the way I played it when I first played through the game. So if it's, if you want a certain character and it's not the one that's first, go ahead, just skip forward a little bit. You should get to him soon. So first off, we have Emmy. Now, Emmy is the short little girl that likes to run. She has no legs, and she is very, very upbeat and happy most of the time whenever you see her around. She gives off the illusion that she has a lot of friends, that she's very extroverted, and she likes doing stuff with people, but her favorite thing to do is run. Now, Emmy's route is all about death and losing someone close to you. And if you've played through the route, it's very obvious. She lost her dad in a car accident, and because she doesn't want to lose anyone else, she really struggles in actually making real friends and real connections with people, because she doesn't want to have to go through losing another person that's close to her. And I can see that. I personally didn't really resonate with this route as much as other people have, and I think that it can be very difficult if you've gone through something like that, losing someone so close to you and needing to learn how to walk again because you were in this accident, that you could, have a lot of issues. Next up, we have Ren. And personally, I really liked Ren's route. I've seen a lot of stuff online that people just didn't really enjoy this route. I don't know if it's because of Ren's character herself, because she's very much an airhead and kind of hard to understand, or if it was because of what the route is saying. But either way, this route is all about purpose. And when I mean purpose, I'm talking about what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to make yourself of? Rin is an artist, and she does a lot of art and everything like that. So in her route, she has to struggle with whether or not she wants to pursue this career in art. She has a gallery opening that she starts to waste away, becomes very unhealthy, sick looking, doesn't eat, and just pushes herself to do. And this route is all about what people are meant to do in life, because the main character will mirror what the other person is thinking and really dwell on those types of things throughout each of the different routes. And this one is a lot about careers, and on top of that, also finding in someone to share your struggles with. And I kind of resonated with this route because I know a lot of the time I've thought about what do I actually want to do with my life and all that sort of things. So this route really kind of struck a chord with me, and I think that's why I enjoyed it. And some people might not. They might know what they want to do right off the rip, or they may have not had to make that decision in their life. Maybe it's been made for them, which is kind of sad, or maybe they have not gotten to a point in their life where they have to make that decision yet. Next up is Shizune, and this one is about a lot of different things. I had a lot of different things written down, so it might be a little all over the place. First off, family issues. Her dad is very funny in the game, but he's also kind of awful, so yeah. When you mess up, it's not the end of the world. She gets really attached whenever something bad happens. She can hold grudges, or she also will be very, very hard on herself. So when you mess up, it's not the end of the world. She deals with selfishness and decision making, and anxiety about the end of something. So her being done with student council and graduating, she's anxious about that, and she doesn't want to lose her spot on that. Second to last, we have Hanako. This one's fairly obvious, but beauty is more than skin deep. I think if you've played through her route at all, you definitely get that vibe from it. And another one that I got from it was, sometimes you need to let someone go on by themselves rather than being clingy and always being there. So in Hanako's route, she has a lot of emotional issues, and the main character is tempted at times to just absolutely smother her and make sure he does everything with her. And the route kind of says that sometimes you need to let people work out their problems by themselves. You can't just absolutely smother and attempt to try to take on everything that's wrong with a person and try to change it. Last but not least, we have Lily, and personally, message-wise, I thought this was the weakest route. Narratively, it's very good, and I enjoy it for the narrative and Lily's character. However, I think that the message in this route is the weakest out of all of them. One of the things that I got out of this was hiding things from the person you're in a relationship with. Throughout the story, you are given the option as the main character to hide things that happened in your past with her, and she really doesn't appreciate that. And sometimes, contrasting to Hanako's arc, you have to let someone else shoulder those burdens with you instead of just keeping it up by yourself and holding it close to your chest and not letting anyone know about it. The other one would be, again, shouldering your burdens by yourself. Sometimes it's not good to do that. You need to let someone else come into your life and really help you out doing those sort of things. So that's been my short little lesson about morals that Katawa Shoujo teaches us. I think that each of the characters were kind of written for a different person. And obviously they were, because it's each of the routes and they're different, characters. However, I really think that when it comes to some of these characters, they were more written for people who have struggled with this thing, and they were designed to resonate with people who struggle through different things. Not every person is going to resonate with every single character because maybe they haven't gone through those problems that that character is facing. So I really think it's kind of genius to write something like this. Now, some of these are very, very much on the nose. However, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I know from English literature class that sometimes I would read something and the teacher would ask, what's the lesson in this? What are the morals? And I couldn't get anything out of it. I was just utterly confused. I had no clue. And I think that showing it a little bit more surface level can be a good thing. And the fact that these are very easy to pick out and that they're very obvious, I think can really help out a series. Now, you can obviously make it way too obvious and say the moral is at the end, but Katawa Shoujo doesn't do that. It doesn't throw it in your face and say this is all about morals, this isn't about the story, this isn't about the characters or anything like that. But it really does have that strong undertone of these are lessons that we are trying to tell you about. If you guys enjoy that video, please leave me a like, subscribe if you're new, I would really appreciate it. That being said, I'll see you guys later.